All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Paranoia Agent, Episode 1. So, new show. Replacing SSSS Gridmen.
And this is the Satoshi Kon anime. Not movie, but actual show.
Original creator. Director. And worked with the storyboard on this one here. So, this guy, like this is his thing. And this is so exciting because I've watched recently with all the people in the Discord a lot of Satoshi Kon movies.
Like Paprika, Tokyo Godfathers.
First time.
Still need to do Perfect Blue.
Ah, that's true. That's true.
And I believe Millennium Actress. Is that Satoshi Kon?
I don't know.
Not
exactly.
Sure.
But it's a short show. We do these types of replacements based on just what Jacob and I see as being shows that we like to see but don't see ever really winning a poll.
Right.
So we put ones on here that are not the number one most desired thing from the people that are like in the ring waiting for those. Those are going for the other slots. The Tuesday slot is basically our alternating
what we've
back
just
and forth
really
thing.
Been itching to see. And you picked this one. Now, basically what I know about this show is that it involves a kid with a baseball bat. Yep,
I've seen the cover.
That's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I know that Satoshi Kon has his own specific style, not only in the
very
artistic
psychological
direction, but also in the storytelling side of things. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of trippy stuff. There's going to be a lot of psychological stuff. And there's probably going to be, not necessarily a twist ending, but some kind of like... it's something that'll be more philosophical and make us think.
Right. There's going to be aspects of it that are fantastical and not bound by the rules of what should be able to happen, but more of like what can communicate something beyond just the surface level stuff.
Right. Which is, I think, is going to make this show be a fantastic discussion show. But if you haven't seen it, make sure to go watch it. You know, like watch it ahead of us. Just go binge watch the whole thing. Come back here, watch each episode one at a time, and then you get the kind of thing of like, oh, they don't know what's coming or what have you. But I'm hyped for this show, dude.
Oh, me too. This is going to be quite the experience.
So y'all, without further ado, let's get into it.
Yep, this is definitely Satoshi Kon.
Yep. Oh god, this is gonna be depressing.
So, a bunch of fake smiles.
Yep. And a bunch of people getting swept away by their... Oh, God, yeah.
And in very bad situations.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, my God.
So, there's going to be a disruption of this that causes...
We've now seen the same people now in repeated times. Okay. Holy crap. Yep, this is Satoshi Kon, all right.
So maybe it'll be about, like, people knowing that it's okay to not be all right, or, like...
Well, wow. Okay. I like that.
It vaguely reminds me of Berserk.
Oh. The OP alone, basically, with the OST. Oh, maybe it wasn't a baseball bat. Maybe it was a hockey stick.
Oh. No, that's a baseball bat.
Oh, that's a baseball bat. Okay. It's just bent.
Yeah.
Wow. It was interesting when we saw that kid with the hat. It kind of looked like the kid that had the baseball bat.
Yeah. Totally different hair, but yeah.
Right, totally different hair, but he didn't have a voice going. There was no kid's voice in that whole mix there.
I wouldn't be surprised if the kid is basically the one that's, like, raging against this world that the grown-ups live in, kind of a thing.
Sure. Okay, so here's the woman who was looking like she was going to jump in the OP. Enter Lil Slugger.
Okay.
Was that the episode title? Oh, an artist. Oh.
Gotcha.
Oh, wait. Is she working... This is her cubicle, and she does this for fun. Yeah.
No, I think she's working as an artist.
Oh.
Yeah. And she has to design something new. And her being suicidal in the OP is probably because she's really down on herself and you know.
Oh, we all have big expectations of you, Tsukiko.
Yeah, and she can't. Yep.
Oh God. Monday too. Monday is like, oh, they're jealous of other designers. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh.
For a second, I thought that roll thing was like the baseball bat.
She put away the little stuffed animal. She like put her away as if she's like, no. Oh my God! Whoa, that.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got her own stress she's dealing with, and it's being magnified by.
Right, because this is Satoshi Kon, so there's only so we can only take the stuff we see so literally.
Yep, exactly. Maybe. Oh, the way she like stifled back the crying.
Yeah.
Like, no, I can't cry. Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
And she actually cut herself. Yeah.
Oh, it's just everything going wrong. Oh. Oh, holy crap.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, that's probably the little slugger.
I recognize the voice of the good cop kind of guy.
Is she going to draw the kid as the next character?
No, I think she's drawing what she saw right now. Whoa. Train? A train? Oh, that's the chief from Hajime no Ippo.
Oh, yeah.
Oof, jeez. This guy is.
Yep. Get material for his
He has a sly kind of look, though, you know?
Only if it really happened?
Yeah, in a way, this saved her from the stress of having to think up a miracle.
Sure.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. Whoa. Wait.
That's a room number.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay, wow. He's already looking for a replacement.
No, he's doing research on her.
Oh, gotcha.
He's trying to write a story.
Oh.
現代の傾向として犯罪の低年齢化が指摘されてはきましたが、小学生が通り魔というのはうちの子じゃありません。人生台無しだよな。そう、負け組だよな。
Oh, kids are so direct sometimes with the way they talk. Oh. The homeless old lady. I'm gonna see how this character ties into everything here. Ah!
Wow. Wow. Oh. Gotcha, so that's how the old guy is.
Yeah, he hit him with his car, yeah.
So it's like a fan page, basically, because of her her anime character or whatever she made.
Oh, wow. Wow. Never read the comments!
Yep.
Jeez. Oh my god.
Oh.
No, she's yeah. She's getting a little bit loopy. Yeah.
At least it's saying good things right now.
I mean, it's her own thoughts projected out into the thing, yeah.
Well, right, that's why I'm glad it's fairly positive.
Oh, it's so cute, though. Oh. Nice. Takes the phone, not the...
現場の近くにホームレスのばあさんが住んでましてね。そのねぐらで見つけたんですよ。
Oh,
gotcha.
やけにタッパの低いばあさんだったそうで、そのばあさんならなんか知ってると思ったんですがね、これが消えちゃったんですわ。事件の直後に。って子供ってのもなんだ。
Oh, come on.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this guy is disgusting. Oh, that is a that is a very good question.
人気キャラクターデザイナーだかなんだか知らないけどさ、自分のキャラ作る方が断然うまいじゃん。
Oh my god. Whoa. That was so like
不思議ちゃん入ってますって。男が尻尾振ってくるの知っててさ。でもあの
She
wasn't smiling at that.
Yeah.
Don't choke on the pit.
Oh my god. Yep, I knew it. I knew he was gonna be tying it. Wow. The sound.
Well, and I think the kid in front was the kid. The hair was similar. He was just there for like a frame or two.
Bat Shonen. Ah, there you go. Gotta get that order right. Oh, the story keeps evolving and growing as more and more people talk about it.
Right.
Whoa. Paranoia. Paranoia agent.
Sure.
So people's own paranoia adds to the... She's like, bye.
Oh, he's gonna get hit?
Whoa, you see the eyes flick up? Whoa. Never see the eyes.
Just leaves?
Yeah. Oh, wow. I love it. Okay. Okay. This is the ED.
Wait. 1, 2. Okay. So, it looks like they're sleeping. But it could also... Is this the order of the next victims?
I think so, yeah. And we have to look to see who the last one is. That's going to be important. Okay. Now, in some ways, it's also potentially just all the main cast, you know?
Right, but a bunch of these people are characters we haven't seen before.
That's true,
I don't think.
There could have been a thing where if we looked at the crowd in the beginning, where it was like, no, you've actually seen, like, almost all of these already.
Them walking around in town kind of a deal.
Right. Oh.
Okay.
Then one of them was... Oh.
丘に上がったお魚が牛に踏まれてもう大変。黄昏や牛に引かれて善光寺。黄金の狐が北総へむさて。
Wow.
Okay.
All right. That was trippy. That was a thing.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, this feels very Satoshi Kon.
Yeah.
Very Satoshi Kon.
So we've got our main character, it seems like. We've got our antagonist?
Yeah. The conflict creator.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, so this feels like there's the parts of like Paprika, you know, and things like that seem familiar, but then it's also making me think of this book by a guy called G.K. Chesterton that I was a favorite of mine growing up, called Man Alive. And in this story, there was this person that basically, in short, ended up holding people at gunpoint and would try to kill them, right? But it was actually like because there was something that where they were just going through the motions of life, which the beginning of the show seemed to kind of showcase, and it was sort of and he was actually a marksman, and it was to make them think about where they were at in life, kind of a thing. I'm not sure if that's where they're going at, but there was a part that made me think that they were maybe going to do that because of the fact that at least she's thinking about this now rather than thinking about her stress at work, Tsukiko. Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know because the fact that it's a kid, like the visuals in all of Satoshi Kon's things are very intentional, right?
Yes,
and
very intentional,
like very intentional. So the fact that it's a kid, and the fact that there was all of that stuff with the people smiling in the situations where they definitely shouldn't be smiling.
The OP you're talking about.
The OP, and this kid doesn't, like, we don't see his face, right? Because usually, like, in those shots, it wasn't just the smile, it was the eyes that were like wide open, right?
There's no eyes.
There's no eyes for the kid.
Yeah.
Right. So like, because basically, I'm trying to figure out, like,
okay, let's not do that now.
Okay,
let's go and actually recap what happened in the episode here. We'll get into that in a second.
So
the big thing is we end up getting our main character here, who is the only like main named character we've gotten. All the other characters, we know what their role is in the story in terms of what their function is, but we didn't get anyone's names really other than Tsukiko,
right? Which
is very odd. Like, usually you really want to emphasize, like, oh, this is the name of this character, and they'll like say them to the audience almost in a way. And in this case, we didn't,
which is a lot more like normal as far as conversation goes, maybe. But
but it draws a dramatic amount of emphasis on Tsukiko as the main character here.
So there is the possibility then that maybe, well, okay, this is getting more into theorizing, but
again, but like,
yeah, we can save that for later.
Okay, so we have the beginning part of the episode giving us basically an overview of what society is like.
Yeah.
And how disconnected we are by putting off connection, by lying regarding the way we're spending our time in order to just kind of
being wrapped up in our own little worlds.
Yeah,
right?
There you go.
Where we have our thing and we have what we're doing in life and things like that. But it's there's a disconnect from other people, and that we almost aren't aware just how much of a rat race hamster wheel kind of a deal it is, right?
Sure.
You know, the people just sort of, all right, they're just doing their thing, you know. And then we've got this main character who is in a predicament because she had a character that was very successful. You know, she was doing great at work, and now she has the pressure to continue doing great.
Yeah.
and a whole bunch of other people are jealous because of it, and she can't handle the pressure.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Understandable. It's a great way to make us empathize with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then this happens.
And it calls the whole thing into question.
Right.
So her attack,
mm-hmm.
big air quotations, attack, this is something huge because she was directly wishing before this for a miracle.
Right.
And it wasn't necessarily something that was a miracle like her manager wanted. It could have been a please get me out of this situation kind of thing.
Yeah, because I mean, the fact that she was wishing for a miracle and then something crazy happened, the connection to be made there is this in some way the miracle that she wished for?
Right.
Right. Even if it's not the way that she wished for it, kind of a thing.
Or the fact that this is subconsciously what she wanted.
Right.
So what do we know? What do we know that we know based on the fact that there were multiple people present? Therefore, we can kind of rule out the hallucination type psychological stress thing that leads people to have things like their toy animal things start talking to them. I think the main thing we can bring up is that there's a lot of people who are investigating this, and they're taking it seriously. And there was something like this potentially in the past.
Right. And in the next episode, because the guy,
sleazy journalist guy.
Yeah, the sleazy journalist guy got attacked. Because the one theory that I had is that maybe because she was mentally unstable, that she's actually doing this.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. But that's a very real...
But given the... whatever happens in the next episode, we'll be able to determine based on what the guy sees,
right? If
he sees anything, whether that still holds water or whether it actually is this shonen bat kid.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But other than that, we know like the characters all feel very connected, even though they're disconnected. Like with the sleazy journalist hitting the old guy with the car. And then that guy now being not fully there, not fully well, but then he was able to do that equation thing that said 510.
And he wasn't with his wheelchair at the moment there.
And he wasn't with his wheelchair. And the fact that he saw her before the whole thing happened, and there seemed to be some recognition. Now it could just be that
you.
Right. Now it could just be like the vacant stare of someone who's like, lost their mind, basically.
Possibly, yeah.
But barring that, like... I don't know. Yeah, because he was writing the equation when that happened, wasn't he?
When what happened?
When they saw each other, he was already writing the equation.
Oh yeah, he was about done with it.
Yeah. Which came to 510, her room number. Yeah. So, and then, yeah, I don't know. This is weird.
Well, yeah, this is a wacky, ridiculous setup, very much a Satoshi Kon kind of I'll explain it over the course of time type of premise. And yet we have to be vigilant, essentially, because the way this seems to be set up is that there were a bunch of pieces and groundwork kind of things established and laid out for a bit of connection to be made later in the future. The big thing that I think is interesting is the title of this show, Paranoia Agent. The idea that if you think about agent, I think about agency, but I think about one who brings, basically.
Right.
So if you think about what happened in this story in the literal sense is there was an incident. It gained national level news, or at the very least it gained TV level news. Went out to the general populace, and then the general populace actually then embellished onto the story. They added their own little bits of things that were not at all given in the actual story.
Right.
So what that is, to me, is showing that the shonen bat persona, or what have you, is an agent of paranoia. It is bringing out the slight bits of paranoia from people who go, I heard he smiles when, he hits his victims and stuff like that. It's like, no, you didn't. Like, that's something that was added on for the whole bit here. Now we end up with this thing of where, I feel like what this is, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go into the theorizing thing until we're fully recapped in the episode.
I mean, we basically are.
We basically are, but
because I feel like because this is a Satoshi Kon work, and
you're right,
and his work is oftentimes so non-literal that there's not too much you can actually say about what happened,
right?
And then it becomes sort of this amorphous theorizing about what happened, but then also what it means at the same time.
Sure. Okay. Do you think that it's real? Do you think that the Shonen Bat thing is actually as it's being perceived right now? Do you think it is literally is a literal representation of it?
Okay. So yes, sort of, in a way, because well, the reason why I think that is because if it were Tsukiko, it would be pretty clear by next episode that is at the very least a strong possibility. So given that, I don't think, because of Satoshi
no one
Kon's
has
style
for Tsukiko based on what happened at the end of this
episode. I know, but based on whatever the sleazy journalist says is what he perceives of it, right?
Right.
I think that they're going to keep building up the idea of this Shonen Bat kid because he was showcased so pointedly in the OP, but then also because if they make it be a possibility that it's Tsukiko, then it removes a lot of the mystery from it for the audience immediately, and I don't think Kon would want to do that.
Yeah.
So given that the Shonen Bat character at the very least is real, even if they're not an actual kid, right? Like it could be something else.
Yeah.
But
I think I just figured out like one of the most cool ways for this to go. The Shonen Bat kid that attacked the journalist was real. The one that attacked
her was
fake.
Here's
what it is that it could be a thing of where it's okay, she needed a miracle and bumped her head really hard on the car door or something like that, or on the pavement or something.
Sure.
Or maybe not even that much at all.
And then it becomes a V for Vendetta kind of a thing, like, or at least in the
it becomes a mimicker kind of thing. How is that a V for Vendetta?
Just the whole idea of a bunch of people all donning the mask and things like that.
This is worse than that. This is the kind of thing where it's a specific thing of people giving out information, and then someone goes to that person's residence and ends up doing the same thing as the kid.
Right. It could be the reason. It could be. The reason why I kind of don't think that's is going to end up being the case is because of the amount of detail that because of the amount of detail with like what the rollerblades looked like and being gold and all that stuff.
But who's seeing that?
Well, right. It's each victim seeing that, and there's the possibility that the victim is basically, because of their paranoia, is kind of filling in the blanks, because it's dark out and things like that, and they're scared or whatever, right? And memory is a very, very, very fluid thing. Very malleable. But I
don't think there's that many details, actually. I think that because we're in the first episode, all these things that we're seeing as details are actually a thing that we're generally only seeing through the eyes of Tsukiko. Most of the other characters have not perceived anything of this at all.
So far we haven't, but I'm guessing that if they do it where they keep it like ambiguous in the second episode and stuff with the sleazy journalist's perception of the event, then but I don't think they're going to do that because they made the design of the Shonen Bat kid very iconic.
I know what you mean,
with the OP and things like that. So I mean, it could be that because they're definitely going to go the psychological route with it, however they do it. But
so I think there has to be an aspect of it that's non-literal.
Yes,
this is my thing: is that I don't think it can be taken fully literally.
Yeah,
but I don't think it can be taken fully non-literally. So the ways that I think make the most sense is that the instigation of this created a desire in a kid to basically shake things up. And they saw the way that they could basically influence the world in a dramatic way in this. And it's a very dark kind of thing, but that ends up having, this kid end up doing this. because it does feel a bit too convenient with the way this. I like that the show is bringing up the idea so quickly that it's was there really an assailant kind of thing, but it is also a thing of whoa, we are very quick to doubt that she was attacked.
Sure, yeah.
Like that is another kind of scary thing.
Well, yeah, that's maybe paranoia setting in. You know, I realize now why my mind jumped to V for Vendetta.
Okay.
I would not at all be surprised if by the end of this show we never actually saw Shonen Bat's face.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
Like that. Basically, it's this constant thing where Shonen Bat is more of an idea than necessarily a person. Now he probably still is a person, right? And the whole idea of being a kid and all that stuff.
20 people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
If ends up being a bunch of copycats, you know.
Yeah, but I get the feeling like if they end up doing the copycat thing, then they need to actually distinguish between them, you know, because
why?
Because why would they introduce the idea that it's a copycat? Why not leave it ambiguous then and basically make it so that we don't know, right?
Well, I know, but there's an element of unreliable kind of
definitely
for us as well that we could go into.
Absolutely. But I feel like if when you get into the idea of the copycat, that inherently means that you're talking about the identity of the person that is actually doing it, and the fact that there are multiple different identities, multiple different people doing it. And I almost don't feel like they're ever going to, and maybe this is me jumping to conclusions too much for the first episode, but I almost feel like they're never going to. Well, no, they could, but that if they in order to do the copycat thing, they can only do that if they are going to reveal the face of the actual person. No.
See, like the copycat thing doesn't end the idea that this is happening. You can totally go full V for Vendetta, have copycats that get discovered, and the thing still happens, and then people go, "Wait, this is a copycat kind of thing."
And then how did it start, kind of a deal, or
right?
Okay.
How did it start? Basically, being a thing of where you'll never know. Because even if you then end up, that's another thing. I like the idea of the copycat, because if it ends up becoming a thing where people realize that there's multiple ones of them, they'll then do the stupid thing of then broadcasting out their, you know, if you're a kid doing, and they'll go too much letter of the law and try to stop people from doing this thing, which will force it even more so to having more people don the bat hat. You know, rollerblades kind of persona thing.
Sure, and if that ends up happening, then cool. But for now, let's focus on what the imagery of, if you're up for it, what the imagery of the person being a kid means. Like what they're going to do with that, because I feel like that's very intentional. Like because if you're going to have someone attack someone else with a bat, right? You know. Like and granted, they were talking about character designs and stuff this episode, so it's kind of meta in that way.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But the fact that it's a kid with a bat
attacking a children's artist.
Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like this is very intentional stuff, and there's a lot to be gleaned from here, because like the bat was bent, so that could mean that the person is. Well, the obvious thing is that they've done this before, right? And maybe they've been hitting a lot of things with their bat. But then there's also the idea that the kid is unstable. You know, or that or like a skewed perspective or things like that, right? But but the idea of it being a kid.
See, I don't see the kid's character design as being indicative of anything of the kid's identity. I see it as actually being indicative of why the kid is doing the thing.
No, yeah, I'm not talking. I don't care about the kid's identity.
We don't care about the kid's identity, but also what the point of the show is.
Right.
Exactly. Not actually anything to do with the literal stuff of the plot.
Exactly. I feel like the kid's design is more of maybe a societal commentary, like that, or just that a lot of the show is going to end up being more of a commentary on society than necessarily following a specific story and plot.
Okay, here's a thing. The outfit of the kid is in I'm gonna play something, basically. Yeah. I'm gonna play a game.
Sure.
And I think that they brought up something a little bit odd with regards to kids and exposed to violence, and they even brought up the video game thing. I hope this doesn't go into that, because it's just super dumb as far as in
because people weren't violent before video games.
Oh my god, yeah.
There was no war before video games. Yeah, the Atari started it all.
Right. Oh my god. So but the idea of violence, and I would say also kind of a trivial approach to something like violence being something that comes about because of how maybe isolated or trapped or everything people can be in society.
The other thing that stands out to me about and I think this ties into that about the design is the rollerblades, because they showed the kids doing the rollerblades, and I think that it might have shown the Shonen Bat kid at the front of them for just like a few frames, because I saw some of that like bushy black hair that seems to the kid had, but it gives me this idea that it's an expression of the kids wanting to be free, of moving around quickly, way faster than other people can, right, and things like that, and that the people that we've seen so far in this show are definitely not free.
That's right. Yeah.
Now I haven't really seen how like any of this would be making them free, but the idea that there's that contrast, right? Because Tsukiko definitely isn't free. They brought up multiple times how the sleazy, journalist guy is not free, right?
Yeah, and they're the two main characters at this point. So anything that is brought up thematically through their characters at this point is very important, because they were introduced first as far as characters go. And then the other thing that I think is maybe a potential free thing is the old guy in the wheelchair.
Yes, I was going to say, because he is definitely not free right now.
But his also, mind seems free to wander to
even
all kinds of
even
random
if his body isn't necessarily free, or he's being kept at this hospital, therefore he's not free, even though he might not necessarily need to be there. I mean, it probably is a good idea.
Or maybe he's like escaping every once in a while during like...
Yeah, but then also with all the other people that they showed at Tsukiko's workplace, her boss, right? Yep. He was cheesing up to the the person, the higher ups to basically say, oh yeah, this will be great. Her coworkers that were jealous of her, they weren't free because they feel like they're trapped here, but she's getting ahead of us, she's getting out, kind of a thing, right? And we're not. And then again, and I can't believe I forgot about this until now, but all the people that it showed in the beginning throughout the city, where there was some kind of obligation, something that was being requested of them, and they were denying it and saying, I can't do that, even though they definitely could, right?
Yes. That was something I was going to bring up, was basically how they all made some excuse for why they couldn't do the thing that was being brought up upon them.
Basically exercising what little freedom they could in a situation where there was an expectation of them to do something.
Yeah.
Right?
And the one that I thought was the most like blatantly obvious
was the person in the car.
Was the person in the truck, because because they're lying about traffic. But the thing is that in terms of what they were doing, they seemed to just want a break.
Yep.
And they just wanted to sit there and do nothing.
Yeah.
Now, everyone else seemed to be either in the middle of something else,
right,
or they were going about their daily life, and then there was some kind of distraction or what have you.
Right.
Now, what I find interesting is that a lot of people, when they desire freedom, they seek distraction.
Sure.
But in this case, it seemed like everyone was
like distractions you said, were finding them.
Yeah, they were encountering obligations and or requests or what have you, and they were like stop it, don't bother me with that. However, I find that the guy in the trucks was different. He actually was like giving an excuse for why he was late to work, and his was a thing of like, he proactively was calling them, or maybe they called him like, why are you late? It's like,
probably that.
Whatever it was. But the idea that he had kind of intended to do that in the middle of things. And then I brought this up in the beginning, but when they showed a bunch of characters and stuff, in fact, I actually want to go back and take a look now. In the train, they showcased a kid. And the kid, I think, had a phone as well. Everyone seemed to have a phone. That was a very pointed
bit of commentary.
there.
Imagine what it would be like today.
Oh.
Like,
can't imagine.
Oh boy.
But why is this episode not bringing it up here? Okay, there we go. But the kid didn't have a voice connected to his to his being showcased for a couple frames there. So there's the guy with the truck.
Right.
And then, as the client told us not to do that, Yeah, that's not what I wanted. I told you that's not what I wanted. I swear I didn't know about it all. I was too busy. You know, I'm really getting bothered by it too. Yeah, I mean to keep it a secret from you. Didn't have any other choice.
Can't you do something about it? Blah, blah, blah. Yep.
I'm taking the day off. Now everyone's got their head down. They're disconnected. They're not acknowledging each other. Then you have this kid looking at his phone. Now, I'm going to check the audio here. I'm going to check the audio here. But I don't think this kid ends up getting a voiceover bit. Yep. No, it's all adults. Now,
not every adult has a separate voice because there's plenty of adults.
Right,
and stuff,
but I think the idea that they show this kid here, and a kid is the focal point of the conflict, so the kid kind of stands out in that regard here. But also, he's texting on his phone, and he's got kind of a not a look similar to the Shonen Bat, but he has a Yankees cap on. Which is a baseball thing.
Yeah.
It has the text underneath. It says, "Sorry, but I don't know anything about it."
Well,
I don't know if that's meant to be anything about how he might know something about it.
Go back to the kid. So he looks sad.
He does look sad.
Everyone else looks stressed, concerned, whatever.
I mean, concerned and sad is pretty close.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
But if it is the kind of a thing where it's the kid that sees all of this, stuff happening with adults,
he's not wearing headphones, so he could be hearing the silence in that regard.
But
another thing I found interesting here was you see how they had the train here, but then I believe Tsukiko was on a bus when the old guy sees her. So he's doing this whole crazy, gibberish, and it ends in her room number. And then he looks up.
Oh, yeah, right as he was about to finish it.
Oh, my God. And actually, right as that's happening, kids on rollerblades go past the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, They have helmets on, so I can't see the hair. But that's...
Is there just the two of them?
There's three, though.
There's three, yeah.
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 Oh, my God.
Okay, so...
Then they make eye contact here, I believe. Yeah. There was a connection made.
Right.
Basically. An obtuse, weird connection.
Right. It looked like he recognized her somehow as being like the connection to his formula or whatever.
Or something.
She didn't, but she was like, oh, there's this guy staring at me. Right. And she's trying to come up with different characters and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and there was the homeless lady that I
think the homeless lady basically triggered her fear, and then she started hallucinating, the lights basically dimming, and it's a very common nightmare.
Paranoia.
It's a very common nightmare to have a long hallway where the lights go out towards you. Like that's a universal fear kind of thing.
Right, the darkness and mysterious. Exactly. You don't know it's there.
But like when we actually go and have the encounter with the kid here, there's almost nothing shown. If you look, it's all in shadow. And the point is, I think that over the course of the episode, there's more detail added to the look in order to fill in the blanks of what's actually being, being given there. So then all the people freaking out, and then we can, we discussed all of that stuff there. But you go.
Yeah, that's a great point. That the detail was added later.
Like even then, let me go back to here. I don't even think we hear the sound of the rollerblades or anything, which was a very terrifying thing here. Like let me bring this up. Yeah. Now, is that the sound of the rollerblades or the sound of her paranoia that has that sound like a train or like rollerblades? Because I could easily say that's a train sound as well.
Keep playing it because Okay, yeah, so we didn't actually see rollerblades.
I don't think we saw or definitively. It could have been rollerblades.
Like, yeah, right. It was, there were wheels turning, and going across a surface, right?
But when we go back to her moments later, the paranoia sound is the same sound.
Right. So
now, was that caused by the incident?
So then we could have this be a much more literal thing, I guess. Oh wait, no. Okay, yeah, no. This is how it. This is so fitting.
What?
So she makes a character, right, that got really popular, and now it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Right. She's needing a miracle.
Yeah.
If she hallucinates this, she just made a character, right?
Oh.
That's now going to be everywhere.
Oh. That's genius. That's genius.
And by this happening, it was non-detailed at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? There was little to no detail, but she got attacked by it because this was the thing that she was afraid of. It was this amorphous, mysterious thing that was chasing her, right? And it was going to catch up to her, the deadline, all that stuff, right? Then it finally does, right? People are talking about it. She doesn't remember much of it, right?
Yeah.
But she starts coming up with things as it goes on. And the design for this Shonen Bat, character is rather unique and, catchy and all that stuff. It's good, totally. Like, yeah. Oh,
I like that a lot. Well, y'all, we gave this episode some proper analysis, and this was quite a trippy start to a fun, wacky Satoshi Kon obviously done show. So, y'all, if you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion to this crazy show right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about these stories, about anime in general. You can get involved with the community there, and there's all kinds of stuff going on. And you can also talk with Jacob about his book.
Yes, my sci-fi novel Battle Lines is still available for order on Amazon. The link is in the description below, so go check it out, leave a review, let people know what you think.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.